Hello, Brichka, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day. I thought I'm gonna address your comment. Thank you, first of all, for the excellent question by doing a video because it's just an excellent question and let's check it out. What you essentially asked, let me just read it real quick, is hey, if you don't mind sharing your thoughts, then I'd gladly ask for your opinion on this markup chart identifier. So I copied this into my browser. Would you be concerned about that daily BOS inducement sweep? Basically, you're repeating here your drawings, but what that daily BOS? What about that daily BOS? On weekly, it seems that we are in discount, if I'm not wrong. Okay, so let's check it out and let's talk about it. So you're referring to this here, okay? So let me hop over to my charts. I have this marked out as well, which I think is quite cool. And so let's talk about it because I really have this on my watch list too. So the daily BOS is basically what you're referring here to. So on the daily, we see that this structure, this leg made this lower low, and then we came up and break this daily structure here. So now on this in this point of time, we are bullish instead of bearish on the daily. And what do we do with that information? Well, first of all, we have to see the setup in general. So we have to see, we have a sweep here, then everybody hops in to sell, everybody gets stopped out here again with the resweep, and then we all ultimately take this nice inducement here, tapping into this nice clean area here for the final inducement, and then we break lower. So we have also a nasty liquidity pool here, absolute insane quintuple equals that I want to really smash. So this is looking good so far. We have a lot of areas induced and we see how the momentum kicks in here, right? We push down with aggression, come up, sweep this once more, push down with aggression and come up with less aggression. So I really like how this looks. So what about the daily structure break though? So from my perspective, this is all good, okay? Because we break structure bearish again here. We have two bearish legs here with two fair value gaps consecutively. So we break the structure point, close below, and make a second consecutive fair value gap here. So for me, that overpowers the fact that we had a bullish break of structure here. So in the context, I think this trade is still valid. And I don't think it's completely invalidated by the fact that we break structure here. You have to see or realize that we always have to have a break of structure to induce levels. Otherwise, we will just hold everything never induced. You know, it's just a part of how the market moves. That we get these fake break of structures that confuse everybody. We know that it's supposed to be an inducement if the context is right. Here, I think the context is just right. And you're absolutely right. When we see this weekly leg, the other thing that you're saying is that we are bearish. That in this bearish leg, we are in discount, right? If we put the 50% fib tool here, we can see that this whole leg, including this inducement, is happening in discount. And we normally don't want to sell in discount. And obviously, this is true for the weekly as well. So this is another confluence that we like to have, is essentially a setup like this happening higher up. Okay, in premium. This confluence is missing here, but the overall picture for me is still a valid trade. It's a continuation trade, but we are in premium of the sweeping leg. So if we see this as one leg, we are in premium here. Stop loss is covering this nice inducement play here, that order block that led to the push down to the daily break of structure. So for me, this is happening here in premium of this sweeping leg. For me, it's okay. It's not in premium of the entire weekly leg. This would be an additional confluence, make the setup a little better. But this missing doesn't completely destroy the context of this trade. It's just one thing that makes it a little more likely again. But for me, it's also valid enough without. I'm just looking at other things right now. I'm still not sure if I want to take this because it is, you don't have to forget that it is a continuation trade. It is a good continuation trade. But it's not A+. It's not A+ because it's a continuation trade, so we don't cover the whole sweep area here. And as you say, the weekly, we are not in premium. So this is an absolute valid point. So it just depends on your, how you say risk, how happy you are with risks basically. So right now I really want to see how high I can push my win rate. I want to be super selective, so I will probably not take this. I'm not sure yet, because there can be even cleaner setups. So yes, but it is a valid trade. In the end, it's up to you how to take that or not. But it's just all this nuances, right? All these confluences, obviously seeing trades from the devil's advocate perspective too, right? What do we see? All these things that are in favor of our trade. We also always have to look at the things that can be against our trade. And you did this here very well. It's just there is no absolute black and white answer if you should see that as a complete invalidation criteria, or maybe it just changes your trade from being A plus to A, or from A to B, you know. So this is ultimately the discretion that we have to develop as traders, also listening to our personal preferences and just weigh these confluences and these invalidations against each other, and then say, okay, yeah, that's a A setup. Okay, no, that's a B setup. Okay, no, it's not good enough for me. I'm not interested. You know, that is the due diligence that we always have to do ourselves when we come back to the charts. But yeah, I really like your analysis here. You nailed it. It's a previous week's sweep, month sweep, and the daily break of structure got countered by a bearish break of structure on the daily with 2 consecutive fair value gaps. So you have to decide on your own what you make with these confluences and how you weigh those and balance against each other. For me, it's kind of like, yeah, I kind of want, but I want to be super selective, and this could be even more A plus. So for now, I'm gonna sit out of this one. But yeah, I hope the analysis helps you. And to everybody else, if you have a good question, man, I'm gonna make a video on it. If it's a very simple question, maybe I'm just gonna answer as a comment. But if you give me a good case study, I'm happy to make a video on it. So keep commenting. Thank you for checking this out, and I see you in the next one, guys. Take care.